April 5th, 2016 was one of the roughest birthdays I had ever experienced in my entire existence. I turned 36 that day, and if I would have known what was going to take place that day, I probably would have went a different route. Birthdays are normally days of celebration, but this was one of tribulation and challenges left and right. The two most important ladies in my life at that time, which was my grandmother and the young lady I was dating. I bring them into light because I would say my mom, but I didn't find any conflict that would involve her. That's why I didn't bring her. The two ladies, the most important ladies in my life at the time, were instruments used to challenge me to grow as a person. I go on to work that day, and at the time, I'm working at Job Corps under my coordinator instructor role. Normally on Tuesdays, we have new students come in. New student number can vary from 5, 6, 12 to 20. I recall at that time, we probably had about maybe 10 to 12 students. And it wasn't the students at that time that added to the conflict. I recall them being pretty good. It's some of the decisions and miscommunication that was coming from me to these two important people in my life. The person at the time that I called myself in a relationship with, she decided to cut the cord. And the night before she said that to me, my response to her cutting the cord was, "Are you sure there's something that you want to do?" We stayed on the phone till about maybe 12 o'clock. Is you sure? Because I know me. I don't have, and in my heart and my thinking, I'm saying I don't handle these situations well because how I was brought up and taught through my environment and sometimes just through conversation. Once the door is shut, it's shut. She initiated the door being shut. I agreed with it. And as soon as we hung up the phone, I began her to block on all of social media because I didn't feel like I did it with a malicious intent or to get back at her. I felt as though I did it to give myself time to heal. But that wasn't how she processed it. I'm at the center and the kids are coming in. I'm already emotionally unstable because of the breakup and the seal placed on the breakup. But the new students coming in is meant for me to be at an emotional stable place, a mental stable place, because they're coming in and my responsibility is to acclimate them or help get them acclimated to this new culture, help them build a place of safety for them to want to be there, learn and grow as individuals, and also from an employee and career preparation standpoint. But I was toe up. As the students come in, I get a phone call. I never used to get personal calls to my office phone, but this day I did. I had to have my cell phone in my desk because being at that type of job, you want to remain focused. You don't want your cell phone to be a distraction. I missed the call on my office line, but I recognized the number. I step out and I give her a call back because I know her number. And she goes in. for at least a straight minute, maybe even 2 minutes. After she's done, my question is, can I speak? No, she hangs up. Boom. I'm already feeling some type of way off that. Now, which I didn't share before, my grandmother, who I was living with at the time, put a note on the door saying that she wanted to talk with me. Before I left out, I connect with her. Yeah, we'll talk when I get home. After the hang up from the young lady, of course you feeling some type of way, but you gotta man up. You gotta put that situation to the side and make yourself available for these new people. The work day takes its course, and I get to the house. It's in the evening time. Of course, I'm tired emotionally from that circumstance, and also emotionally and mentally working with these new students. My cousin comes in from town. When I get to the house, she's in the living room. My grandmother's in the living room, and she wants to talk. I'm sure that my cousin felt the tension in the room. She leaves. My grandmother and I have a conversation about some monies and rent. It gets heated up. A lot of words are exchanged. A lot of physical, demonstrative movements. Me moving my hands, which triggered her and put her in seeing me as a threat. Son, get out of my face before I shoot you. I say to her, you'll shoot me, Granny? Get out of my face. Say no more. Say less. I go down to my place of residence. I'm out of her space. The next day, when I come up to leave out, it's her and my auntie, and they moving in sequence. It's as though they dancing. And she delivered this message: you have to get out. Where am I gonna go? We resolved the issue and determined that I would have 30 days to leave, how it would look like on the rent. That was the most stressful time that I can remember in my life. That April 5th, 2016, me turning 36, was the most stressful time, period, season in my life. That day was not a day of celebration. It was a day of tribulation and challenge. Some of the decisions that I had made previously had built up over a period of time, and they manifested, and the outcome of those situations was staring me in the face, provoking me to man up, mature, and make better decisions. I had a hard time with that and with that experience itself on April 5th, 2016, because I was locked up and didn't know it.